Welcome everyone, Christine here with my campaign guide as Belegar Ironhammer in Total War Warhammer 3, patch 5.0, Thrones of Decay. Now Belegar still has the same faction effects as he used to Vanguard deployment and underway battles, leadership when laying siege, that's going to be particularly important for his army considering what I'm going to do, and plus 50% upkeep until he reclaims Caracade Peaks. So his campaign hasn't changed, his skill line has changed a bit in some ways I think. I think Age of Reconquest is a nice benefit, but for the most part his campaign is the same. What is obviously different is the Grudge system. So when you start his campaign, the first thing you want to do is force march west to rush Skaven Blight. No. That's what Legend of Total War has said in a video. That's what I could recommend, but there is a safer way than doing something like that. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm using Autoresolve mods, but I firmly recommend you find this manually. It's a very, very easy battle. It's fully melee units. You've got ranged units. You've got incredibly powerful heroes. Try and minimize the damage on the heroes. The units don't matter, but try and minimize the damage on the heroes. Get replenishment. Also get Drink to Victory. You're going to want that. And then after that, we're going to march over here. We're going to get this barracks to tier 2, and we're going to start getting Iron Drakes and Thunderers. Oh, is that the sweet thing? So, declare war on Liga. There's a reason we want to do it right now, because we don't want this particular army to just move. In fact, if they would attack us, that would be one of the best things that could happen to us. Also, even before your battle, you might want to declare war on Estalia. You want the money, you'll get the peace agreement, no worries. So, we're already 7% on the grudges right there. And I can recruit a lord right here, but I'm not going to do so right now. I'm just going to wait 2 turns for this. We don't need units. We already eliminated the threats. There's no other army these guys have. Now, you could rush for them to fill up your grudge meter, but I firmly recommend you not do so ASAP because there's going to be benefits in going west to deal with Ikeclaw. Not just rushing it with your initial army, though certainly your initial army between the 4 heroes, hammers, rangers, and all that can deal with Skaven Blight's garrison. But it can cause some issues down the line, and my interest here is not just to put you in a tell you, oh, this is, how you defeat Ikeclaw. No, my goal here is to show you what I think the best path towards achieving a great deal of campaign success actually is. Also, the grudges on the orcs will increase. It's worth defeating that their initial army, getting Drink to Victory. But it's not necessarily because of the experience particularly, and control also helps. But it's not necessarily worth going after those elements because the grudge value on those elements will increase the more you leave them alive. And yeah, just defeat their initial army, very, very easy thing to do, not a problem. So as you can see, the Tylean army didn't move. If I hadn't declared war on them, they would have moved over here to try and stop our Nessa. Hell, it might be beneficial to, if you want to keep them alive, it might be beneficial if they stayed in their capital. Now, okay, how do you win the siege? Isn't that a lot of units? Well, beyond the power of your heroes, you have something else. Beyond the melee power of your heroes. You start with Rune of Wrath and Ruin. And here's the thing you can do on any difficulty, including Legendary. You can set Battle Talent to Unlimited. And since Rune of Wrath and Ruin is a cooldown-based ability that does damage behind walls, you can use that to obliterate this entire army. Might take a long time, but it is an easy way to win this battle with minimal casualties. Though I'm pretty sure Belegar, even by default, could possibly auto-resolve this. Anyway, and because of the layout here, there's plenty of sections that don't have wall towers, so you can really minimize your casualties, because wall towers can do a lot of damage. One of the reasons I wouldn't recommend rushing for Skaven Blight is because of those wall towers. So okay, take this particular settlement, repair it. We're repairing because we want a deal with our Nessa. Now you can get the peace agreement with them. Get the trade agreement, military access with them. Okay, get the inspiring presence, Thunderer. You don't need to get Thunderer right now, but I do like doing it for the sake of the various benefits. Get Rune of Wrath and Ruin to a higher level. Get Foe Seeker. Get, no, not Triangulation. Get increased mobility. That's going to be useful. Okay, next turn we're going to be able to start recruiting foilers, and soon after we're going to be able to get Thunderers and Iron Drakes, which we want. And we're also going to get the Fane Hero. So you can see Estalia's capital in the southern part of Estalia. By the way, Estalia and the lore is split between various kingdoms, but you can see the southern capital of Estalia is obviously wrecked right there by Mogar. So now we can probably get a peace agreement with Estalia right here. Okay.
I stand defiant.
So what we want to do here is just move towards the port. We got an extra level because of that experience. Get training. We can upgrade this even further, but we can also get Forge Fire to reduce the enemy armor. We can get Triangulation.
To battle, moving out.
Okay, we can't really just do that yet. And yeah, we're going to take a bit of attrition damage, but it's not the problem. I'm going to use the load save character system to recruit a lord, though you don't need to. The reason I'm recruiting this lord is just to highlight the funny fact. Tamer can't. Yeah, that's a really powerful skill, isn't it? It's ridiculously strong. Okay. So over here, Ikeclaw is in Skaven Blight. He went back there to recruit. And that might be a bit of a problem, but is absolutely something we can deal with. No issue. In fact, I might just be able to deal with him right now by using that Wrath and Ruin trick. Or we can just go take Tabaro, recruit more Dwarf Warriors, recruit Dwarf Miners, whatever, and attack Skaven Blight. I'll explain how it's done. I'm not going to show it. It would take 40 minutes to do it, but it's not fun, let's say. But that's the thing. It's the best strategy in this campaign. Because if you let Ikeclaw build up, he's going to be a bloody nuisance in your campaign. Okay, don't declare war on him just yet. Why is the map moving like that? Okay, forget that.
The time for talk is over.
Declare war on Ikeclaw.
What?
Okay, good. We're also going to sell this particular settlement to our Nessa. Trade agreement on aggression pact. Now, it's not because I want to have an ally with our Nessa, that's pretty difficult, but rather I want to buy myself some time here. Grugni is always useful, especially because of sky-high dwarf construction costs. In fact, I might save that particular thing just to load them in another campaign. Yeah, by the way, you can certainly take far fewer casualties than I've done here so far. Okay. So, Estalia has lost both its settlements, not a problem. Get more Thunder. So we're gonna have like, we're not gonna have a full stack of units, but that's not really important there. So 7%. Might even do some global recruitment right there. Though it's not really necessary, and it can be a significant expenditure. Okay. So with Ikeclaw, he might move into Baro if you declare war on him the previous turn. He might not. I've seen it happen both ways. My advice, just do what I told you. Use the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. It should be in a good enough state for you to be able to just obliterate his garrison. Okay. So now we attack Skaven Blight. And yeah, this army can deal with it. Let me explain how you deal with it. Beyond Rune of Wrath and Ruin. There are locations, you're going to have locations where there's, regardless of where you attack, there's always going to be a tower, so you got to be aware of that. But they won't necessarily do too much damage, and your guys are really good at dealing with that damage. They might not have armor, but they have a lot of physical resistance. So let me explain something here. Beyond Rune of Wrath and Ruin, you're going to deal with menace from below, coming in from Ikeclaw. He is going to have a nuke. It's both of these are shown right here. He's going to have 6 uses, so you're going to deal with 6 of these. So just position your guys very spread out. Deal with that. You don't have artillery. Like, try and protect your rangers. The nuke will come. Once the nuke comes, 45 seconds, whatever, make sure your units are spread out. He'll do it on a unit, not a hero. Make sure your heroes are spread out, all that. Once the nuke hits, you go for the walls, you spam Rune of Wrath and Ruin, keep your Runesmith alive. And if you can't do it in a single go, you can attack multiple times. Like, that's the thing. That's the beauty of going after Tabaro. You have enough movement range to attack multiple times over here and just keep spamming rune. Like, you don't even need unlimited battle timer. So, we take Skaven Blight. That army, by the way, is going to move out of there. Because, yeah. We move Belegar out of the settlement. We get rid of the structure. We go for control. And by the way, thing about Drink to Victory, and we're now going to merge these units because we no longer need them. They've served their purpose.
Can I help you?
So, get some Thunderers over here. We're going to get a couple of them, maybe 4 in total. Get subsidies. More Thunderer. Get one with Guardian for the Hammerers, and also get Rune of Grimnir. Wardbreaker and Rune of Hearth and Home. Full on Triangulation. Ironbeard. Scarred Veteran.
What?
And that's about it. We want to save for the special skill line that Belegar has, so that's the reason I'm only spending those points. If, by the way, you could also decide, okay, I'm not going to spend all these points in Thunder because I'm not going to use them, so you can obviously go for his combat skills if you think you're going to need them, right? So that is a possibility. Let me get more Thunderers, but also Quarrelers. So I want both of them. Like, obviously I want Thunderers because of their combat ability. I want... actually, I'm going to get regular Quarrelers, partly because they're cheaper, partly because I...
No, Gracie.
no, sorry, I'm going to get... Yeah, just get Quarrelers with great weapons, because Thunderers already have a shield. So that army is just going to attack me next turn, not a problem. Or rather, it's going to besiege the settlement. Here I'm going to get a Rebellion. If Estalia is wiped out, and you get a Rebellion here, it's going to be an Estalian faction that spawns. By the way, that is a deliberate strategy on my part, because when Mogr wipes out Estalia, the war between him and them ends, right? So what's not going to happen in that situation is that he's not going to be at war with the new Estalian faction that spawns when the rebellion kicks off. And that means you have a buffer of territory between you and Mogr. He likely will attack them at one point, but by the time he does, they might have built up to such a degree that they could even defeat him. Beastmen are really terrible in that respect. There's that greenskin coming in again. Not really a threat as much as you might think. Okay, so we get the quest battle. Ignore it for the moment. We don't necessarily... Well, we kind of do. That's the thing. We kind of do, don't we? So, okay, Skaven Blight. We've liberated that.
Yes.
We get 2 turns on Gorog. We could go for the quest battle. And I'm just going to get more Quarrelers here. Okay, just wait one more turn.
No even.
What you want?
Show you why. With regards to this battle, you know, you might need to retreat. But to be quite honest, I don't... He has enough movement range, so you can certainly... So you might certainly have to retreat. Okay, I'm going to have to retreat here. Okay, let's just pull back a bit.
I'm off.
Right here.
Jog off.
Just here, actually. To lure him. The AI is kind of hard scripted to go after armies that do have garrisons. That's for the Shield of Defiance. This is... Ignore the Autoresolve because obviously that's bullshit, but this would be winnable, but yeah, I would personally just wait. Although, fun fact, I do gain vision with Carcazol, so that can be useful if I declare war on Clan Worms, though I wouldn't do so because grudges. Like, you'll gain a lot of grudges added, so I would declare war on Clan Worms after. So, okay. So I was kind of hoping to lure an army here. He's AI on Legendary recruits a lot of units. Obviously, this is far less of a threat on lower difficulties. Pity I can't sell that region to RNS. She could deal with Mogr. So if that army attacks Belegar, Belegar wipes the floor with them. If they attack my army here, yeah, no problem. So I got a couple of turns until Grudges come in. I probably won't fill the meter.
By my hammer it will be done. Vengeful Rune Lord.
Okay, they retreated. As kind of expected. Get rid of this building. We don't need it anymore. Well, you could use it for more iron breakers if you really want to. Personally, I don't care.
What?
Anyway, so 32%. I'm probably not going to fill the grudge meter, but I kind of want to get to like 75% over here. That would be good. Like, yeah. Alternatively to all I've done, you could just rush Alpha Lorem and fill up your grudge meter like that. And then use the grudge seller army and a secondary army that you build by turn 10. You can use that to go deal with Skaven Blight. They'd win. Like, freaking hands down, they'd win. Still would recommend dealing with Hylia, just because, well, not having to deal with a war with Iron Nessa. Not because you can't win it. She's obviously a freaking joke, but... a joke of a faction, but yeah, let's go deal with the settlement. It's like, oh, a lot of armies. What are you gonna do, Costin? It's like...
True king.
Like, let me be blunt and say this in the most obvious way. If you can deal with freaking Eke Claw and Skaven Blight and you can't deal with that, I'm not sure what game you're playing. Especially when you can do this, right? So it's like easy life. Yeah, obviously they're tired, so that would not be ideal, but yeah, we can work with that. Over here, I would recommend... You can go for Rangers, you can go for Runesmith. Both of them are viable, but I think it's time to start getting income. The reason I'm not getting the heroes is because I can't afford a second army until I get Caracay Peaks. Well, I can, but it's freaking awkward as hell. Don't go for the Confederation, it will screw you in Grudges unless EA decides to fix that situation. So, okay, he's gained a level. Get Rune of Speed.
To battle.
And we got 10 units, 12. Okay, so let's just get rid of these guys. So, and maybe get an extra unit of Quarrelers. So, 3 turns, that's enough. That is really enough. Okay, over here, finish that up. Increase mobility even further. And for him, get more in Scarred Veteran. Over here, you want to get this one for the timber and, crucially, the recruitment cost. Remember, you still have a trade agreement, Aranessa. Doors do produce trade resources, so you will actually start earning a lot of money. She will break your agreements. Eventually. But not now. The reason I didn't confederate Karakern before 5.0 I would say said it was worth it just because you get a unit of grudge throwers and a unit of maybe I should have gotten artillery, but honestly Belegar doesn't need freaking artillery to win sieges. And Iron Drakes are really powerful right now, so that's the reason. Like before the patch, and also you'll get artillery through the grudge system, so it's like no point. And you would have gotten a unit of Thunderers. Guess what you get now at tier 2? So yeah, rushing for artillery and wasting time is not worth it. That's the reason I didn't do it. So now we fight the quest battle, solve our temporary financial situations, go with the raid remains, because that's obviously going to be really useful.
Good.
We got 2 turns, it should be enough.
Revenge incarnate.
Yeah, he should be able to reach it.
Yes.
I hope. Oh, Durfu. Holy shit. Well, it's obvious, right, what the developers intend you to do. We're just gonna stick with that Fane for a moment because we want to level him up. I would not rush heroes in Belegar's campaign just because, you know, you got heroes already, so it's like, why bother? So yeah, now, easy life. Get Gorog, you want to take advantage of that.
Yes.
We're now rank 12, we should get another quest battle next turn, so not a problem. All part of the plan. You can't really control what...
Lord of the Anglun.
So yeah, I start getting that lovely Dawi authority. Plus 10 control, that's gonna be freaking awesome. Requisition, okay.
Iron Hammer.
Full plate armor for him. Yeah, Rebellion is gonna spark. You want to get Dwarf Treasury. We don't have enough for that, for the casualty replenishment, but it's fine. So much control. We're gonna get a Rebellion here, but it's not really an issue. And you know what? Just to be on the safe side, because like obviously our troops are a bit damaged, but they're not too heavily damaged. Hammers, like really in the actual manual battle. Fuck. I miscalculated. So here's my solution. Let's get these guys. Okay, so that just barely. I forgot. Like even though I'm in the same province, yeah. So as you can see, a Australian faction spawn near Tabaro. They're gonna take the settlement instantly, no problem. We're gonna take the capital. We'll be able to get a peace agreement, so you shouldn't worry about that. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks I had to use a regiment right now. As for Karakuran, it's like, it's just a two-province settlement. It's two regions province, so it's really not worth it. Also, Iron Drakes, I feel it's time to burn some lovely trees. Durfu is pretty pathetic early on. Like, when you control him, he's incredibly powerful. When AI controls him, he's kind of pathetic. All with Elven factions are, except Draika, but Draika is a special case. Okay, so now, another quest battle. That might be a bit tricky, but all the same, not really too much of an issue. So one turn, let's see if we can do this. Might lose the hammers, but who gives a shit? We'll get better once soon enough. So, Autoresolve that. Obviously fight them manually if you're playing without Autoresolve mods. And then take this particular battle. And get replenishment. 100% grudges. Skaven Blight is burnt to crisp. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about myself, not gonna lie. Get rid of this. We don't need it. For Belegar, well, you're gonna get more stuff. You gotta love all the shit that he has over here. So much bullshit. I'm actually going to merge these rangers together. I know Belegar is the ranger lord, and he does have skills for that, but genuinely so, it's not worth worrying about that. Yes, we're declaring war on the fucking walking dread tree of dread. Partly because he won't attack us on foot. Generally, when you're near Durfu, the last thing you freaking want to do is fight him. Belegar's just built different. Over here, you do want Deadeye. It's not because, like, this would do more damage and would actually be more useful in battle, but you want Ballistic Calibration. It's such a damn useful skill, it's not even funny. Here, training Ironbeard. Hard to hit. Rebellion's gonna spark. Get that. Right, so you can see the control levels are improving. We're gonna start getting Skaven Blight to a higher tier. How many grudges do we need? A lot. It does start at 15,000, so just keep that in mind. So the great RNG in this campaign is going to be, how well are they going to do, right? Now, speaking about your Grudge Settler army, that's going to kill Orion. Oh, I know. Ridiculous, but... Yep, she's starting to break her agreements. It's going to take 5-10 turns more until she actually declares war on me, so that's enough time for me to build another army and deal with Durfu. Build another army of 50 plus 50% upkeep. Don't worry, we'll have an unlimited source of funds once we burn the precious tree forest to the ground. There's things we can do, suffice to say. I also want to beat Elspeth to Fortsel. And the grudges with Durfu? That 2k grudge is gonna go a long freaking way towards filling that meter up. Hello there, lovely, friendly, dwarven doomstack. We are going into another age of reckoning. It shall be glorious, monumental. Okay, Gotrek and Felix. The one freaking battle I can't auto-resolve right now. Doesn't matter. See, when I said you get artillery for grudges, I wasn't freaking lying. Bring me all your guns. Why, hello, Durfu. Lovely day.
Demon Slayer.
But yeah. So get that to a higher level. Let's see if Astali is feeling generous right now. Not yet, but they're moving there. Might have to nudge them along. They won't attack Skaven Blight. I think they'd be ridiculously stupid. Besides, Skaven Blight has a freaking garrison of a lot of units, so don't worry too much about it.
Revenge incarnate. Zulrika.
Although, if you really want to send the Grudge Seller army against them. Durfu? He's a dangerous one, not gonna lie. But that's the reason I got the freaking flamethrowers. Speaking about those flamethrowers, maybe I want a third one. Yeah, you see, boy, your job is done. Go join the Rune Lord, which we're gonna recruit again in 3 turns. Because we have a business to sell. Also, just get rid of the Rangers, replace them with Troll Hammers. Quarrelers are better than regular Rangers. Bugman's Rangers are obviously good, but yeah.
What? Come.
Don't declare war. Don't declare war. Haverheim, not a problem.
The Elves hunt.
Orion's done his job, by the looks of it.
To battle.
So, let's see if Durfu will take a bit of a debate over here.
The reckoners if you must.
He may or he may not.
Only true vengeance will
Yep,
make
she's
me happy. Is that what you
gonna keep breaking these agreements. You can deal with her. Like, I just wanted the time because I didn't want to have to rush her. Besides, it's more beneficial in your campaign if you leave her alive until she gets. That is what I wanted. For the record, I did want this to happen. So I did want him to use the underway to attack me. He probably wouldn't have done it if he knew what he was gonna get himself into. Oh, this battle. But it is very winnable. Like, I have a lot of flaming attacks. I have a really, really powerful army. So 2k grudges, gentlemen. Courtesy of the magnificent Durfu. And now we shall burn his lovely forest to the ground. With the grudge settlers, we deal with Orion. With this army, we take the entirety of the province over there to the north and deal with Durfu. Capital. But yeah, Durfu is going to have a lot of trouble replacing that. So go in Gristle Valley, take that. You want to go for Gristle Valley first because Elspeth has a tendency of taking it back. So yeah, just be careful about that. And start force marching. Actually, I might want to start recruitment of another army here, but I'm not really in a rush.
Who calls?
There we go. Peace agreement. Let's even get the non-aggression pact just because. So, my buffer is complete. I'm at 22% already. It is a bit dicey with, like, grudges, I admit, but, like, the main action is taking place with Belegar's army. This army is just, the grudge army is just like a side benefit to take the Oak of Age as well. And maybe even Orion's capital. Though I think that's a bit of a tall order for them. They're probably gonna... Alright, let's start producing reinforcements. They're gonna need them, right? I hate to do it, but yeah, let's just go for it. Alright, so that's gonna be turn 2, tier 2. We're getting... okay. Yeah, by the time it's done, so I don't need to switch from control right now. Or right there, still need to deal with that. Sweet grudges right there. Like, I was just interested in Selma. I knew he had another army, right? Obviously. But this army against the Oof. I love how they made the... I do love how they made the dwarves really, really freaking hate the elves. It's like, there's no grudge except elves. Like, elves are the most masterly races. It's kind of a shame, actually. You have a lot more grudges against elves than you get against freaking Skaven. Also, partly because elves do terrorize, like Emmerich deals with the dwarf faction. So guess what? He's gonna build grudges against he's gonna build a lot of grudges. Durfu's gonna build a lot of grudges against dwarves, and then it's like Lorem just exists, so it's like it's gonna build grudges itself. But yeah, like at this point, just recruit quarrelers. You do want to get that artillery building at tier 2 right there, or maybe you want to get access to, or maybe you want to start getting access to a lovely. Okay, you know what? Maybe it's beneficial if I just do no. Oh, I can't. Okay.
My doom may lie below.
Weirdly. Hello, Orion. How's your day? Good. We're gonna ruin it for you. Okay, let's just merge these guys. They're not really high rank, so we can get those Grudge Seller fellows.
Our ancestors would be proud.
You'll always get quarrelers, so not really a problem. Hammers! Screw 'em. Who cares?
The nation calls.
Yeah. So, this is gonna burn to the ground. Orion is gonna control that, so you gotta be a bit mindful of Orion. He's gonna... Though, to be fair, his recruitment is so crap. Like, he's literally got one of the most basic freaking units that dwarves have. I know I don't have enough grudges right there, so... enough of gold, but still. Can we reach that settlement? Yeah, we should be able to, but let's just be a bit safer. So, you get a bit of an extra movement range there. So, burn, baby, burn. Like, the main threat is really Durfu's army. He's really crazy in a fight, but... Flame Cannons, Trollhammers, Iron Drakes, Belegar... I would not want to take that fight as Durfu, let me put it like that. And I know how powerful it is. Like, I've played this campaign and you just obliterate everything in the path. But that's why it's so nice to have this. Also, this entire province is really great for dwarves, assuming fucking Karl Franz doesn't take one of the settlements there. Because 2 of them start ruined, which is a shame. Because it does incentivize the AI factions who are only going to just take one single freaking settlement there to do so. That's not pleasant. That really is not pleasant. Oh, so he recruited more units. Look at him. Isn't he a special snowflake? Right? So, be wary of the garrison of the Oak of Ages, because it is actually a powerful one. So, let's take this element. We're not going to hold control of Lorem. Like, what we want to do here in Lorem, to explain it quickly... We just want to sell it all to her. But
Yes?
don't do so until you've wiped out both Orion and Durfu, taken out all these minor factions, because the Grudge does require you to control it to complete it. Once you've completed the Grudge, that's when you sell it to the Fey Enchantress. That's the point. So let's solve some of our economic issues. Is this really what he wanted us to do? It's so silly. Like, I love it. But okay, I'm just gonna skip ahead a couple of turns, more than a couple. But yeah, this is the main battle here. Like, if you're fighting this battle manually, obviously don't rush your melee units. Use your Iron Drakes and all that to do as much damage as you possibly can here. I will get... I think I'll go artillery. Do I need it? I just need a couple of units. Like, you would probably want just a couple of units to support these guys, if they even need the freaking support, which they apparently don't. But yeah, so we're gonna move here to deal with Dorfu. So many grudges, it's wonderful. Just obliterate elves, that's all I'm gonna say. So over here, all of Athaloran has fallen, and the legendary Grudge is also complete. That has unlocked the landmark building over here in the Oak of Ages, which is obviously what I wanted. 100 logs, a huge economic benefit as well. Now, you're going to want to do a couple of things here in this situation. You may want to trade these settlements, although realistically she's probably not going to want to do so. But what you do want to do is start trading away settlements, though don't feel the need to rush it, because it is going to take her some time to gain money. And you're not in a hurry here, as long as you're not going to get rebellions, right? So these two settlements are most at risk, but just take your time with selling settlements. My reliability in this campaign did get affected a lot. It dropped to low because I declared war on Durfu. Pretty sure I had a non-aggression pact with Durfu. By the way, getting Mason is pretty useful as dwarves. I'll go over the research choices in just a second. Like at this point, you unlock Deadly Onslaught, and then you get training. For him, what you want to do is get full-on requisition. Pounders. You can do the Gotrek and Felix fight pretty easily with that army ability and some gyrocopters, but even if you don't have gyrocopters, it's not necessarily too brutal, though you will take significant casualties. It's just not brutal necessarily in being able to handle the situation. Research-wise, you want to get Rat Poison, High King Authority, so Dwarf Treasures, all that. You may want to unlock King's Share or Dwarf Ingrams. Like, the stuff here at the bottom, yes, is useful, but getting access to Grungni's Blessing and the research on the bottom right there, even more so. Also going to recruit a Lord right here, because although it's going to cost me an arm and a leg, it's going to be worth it. And besides, for the next couple of turns, once you take Athaloran, you just need to hold Athaloran, complete the Grudge, and that will sort whatever problems you have. You may, if you want to buy yourself some time with respect to Durfu and not losing your reliability rating, you can go to war with Scrag, because he will certainly declare war on you, especially if your reliability rating is low. Also, you may see Kafang caravans that will show up and grant you opportunities to gain quite a bit of money. In particular, the one faction that can... Actually, they got wiped out by... they got wiped out over there. But the one faction that's particularly useful here is the River Lords, if you get vision with them, because they'll be at war with the Death Hag fleet, which will give you the opportunity to earn a good amount of money, which is important. And yes, I have another army over here. Just getting more units. The limit is ultimately 5, so that's obviously, a limiting factor here in terms of how many units I can have indeed. But I'm going to go a bit further and pick up a regiment renown, though I'm not in a rush. You can gain a lot of grudges. My second grudge age failed because... my second Age of Reckoning failed. Well, failed in the sense I got only Gorm as opposed to nulling Gorm. Simply because, I was spending so much time, I had to deal with Scrag declaring war on me, so I had to, backtrack, leave Durfu. The hardest battles actually were the ones over here for these settlements, because there's full garrisons in these settlements, and so it's like, you do have a powerful army. Never underestimate that. Like, just how absurd Belegar and his force is. Worth pointing that out. But yeah, sell stuff to the Fey Enchantress. She might beat Grom on her own. If you feel like going after Grom, I mean, it might be worth it for me to just send Belegar to deal with that, because it's a decent amount of grudges. And the thing about the situation here, yes, there's major threats in this location, but you'll also stand to benefit. Now, what you want to worry about here is, like, you want to get an alliance with Forgrim.
How may the High King serve thee?
So that, like, not this particular turn, because I do want to get, I do want to get that regiment right now, or maybe I can just, you know, pick it up. But, like, you want to get an alliance with Forgrim, see what he's up to, if he's doing well, if he's doing poorly, because that's going to dictate a decision you're going to want to make here. Holy moly. That's a lot of grudges, Skarsnik. Because, like, some campaigns he will lose pretty badly to Skarsnik. Other campaigns he will do quite well against Skarsnik. And yeah, the moment you get vision there, you will gain a good amount of diplomatic and income possibilities. Right now, I would absolutely avoid the war with Skarsnik. Skarsnik has taken care of 8 peaks here, so you do want to send an army to take it back. Like, this army can deal with it. Just be careful again, Skarsnik himself. Now, as for Belegar, like, obviously, the prime solution in all of this would be to, you know, send Belegar. One thing you do want to do is get that victory condition completed, though. How did I get 4 things? Oh, he has a skill line, right? If I'm not mistaken. Am I mistaken? Something's not adding up. Yeah, there it is, right? So hero capacity plus 2 to feign. So I'm not going a bit absurd, though I might be using one of the feigns. Oh, right. So no. So I'm getting 2. So that would put 3. But the feigns that you do have, are also adding 1 hero capacity each, because, like, they are using that up. So it's not like I only have 1 feign here, right? Where's the 4th? Well, oh, that's I recruited the damn wrong thing. I wanted to get the runesmith here. Never mind. I was just a bit preoccupied. So now, what I'm going to do is send this army right here to take this settlement. Send Belegar to deal with Grom. It's obviously going to consume time. Might not be worth it, might be worth it to leave him be, but it is a source of grudges. But similarly, you know, you could also leave him be, like you can leave Cruade be. I defeated his principal army, but he does have more. The bastard does have more. And he's at war with Arnessa right now, so you don't have to deal with Arnessa early on in a campaign. You just you do want to get those agreements that I did, because she is certainly going to declare war on you otherwise if you don't. So be mindful of that aspect.
Step forth, true friend of the Ungron.
Confederation wise, if needs be, confederate Forgrim if absolutely necessary. But it's much better. There is the one thing I knew was going to happen. Like, it will happen eventually. But you do have some time. And Skaven Blight's garrison, honestly, just get a couple of regiments renowned and you'll defeat that. The battle here, you might have a difficult time, or so you might not be able to take the port as I have here, but you might also have a very, very easy freaking time, because it depends on, like, how Forgrim is dealing with things, so that obviously does depend. Should I deal with him or should I wait? Let's go with waiting, actually. So move that over there.
By the Grudge bearer's will.
Teleport that army right in that location. Okay.
Who? What?
You won't be able to confederate via diplomacy until you do your first grudge with your first grudged confederation with a faction. Now, if Forgrim is not getting wiped out, and same with Ungrim, if they're not getting wiped out, confederate Grumbrindle. Although in this case, damn, he got wiped out. That's not good as a sentiment. You'll be able to see Mogr coming from a distance, so you shouldn't worry too much about that. As for, like, again, like, as for Athelloren, it's not worth keeping it. It really isn't. And even though she doesn't have money for it, then it's kind of useless territory for her as well, by the way. You can always push the money to 2,000. So you do want to sell it before, you know, rebellions kick in. You could technically take Montfort Paveron from Orion, because Orion's going to get Paveron. You can take these two settlements. Orion may also have Quinwell, and you can sell all of this into Avalorn to Elfrance, who might offer you a better deal. Also an alliance, right? Which is always useful. So now there's plenty of grudges with Scrag, but I do have that diplomatic penalty if I do engage in a war. With these fellows, just ignore Karakern. Eventually you'll be able to confederate them, but it's much better to just wait with respect to that. And yeah, just... Jeez. That's a lot, Skarsnik. You've been a naughty, naughty, naughty boy. Well, I guess 7 turns to take Carrick 8 peaks and deal with the Doomstack of Skarsnik with this. Fulgrim should be fine. He's fighting. But yeah, there's a lot of grudges. And even if I don't fill up this meter, I mean, sure, the Grudge Settler army would be nice. It would, like, if I had managed to get the second Grudge Settler army, I would not be worried about Mogr at all, really. Like, I just send that army over there. He's not going to surprise you in Skaven Blight. He's not going to move for his Stalian territory to attack you on foot. So the thing he's either going to do is he's either going to make a beeline for Avalorn to try and take that. The Oak of Ages should be able to repel him, especially if you recruit a Lord, couple of regiments around, you should be able to auto-resolve that, no problemo. Mogr doesn't really have a lot of combat power, to be quite honest. And I kind of see a hint of red over there in the near Skaven Blight. And yeah, the garrison of Skaven Blight can handle a lot. Okay, so when you see him, that's when you go for him. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, recruiting runesmiths from this province is not really a fun situation, but let's deal with these guys.
I suppose so.
We do have that alliance with the Fulgrim, so we'll sell it to him. Sack it. Can get more units, but, you know, just want to sell it. Get more money. He's really valuing that. It's a shame to take all his money, but I need more than him. I'll just say that. By the way, I'm not doing Gotrek and Felix. Like, I'd firmly recommend doing Gotrek and Felix as battle. You can use the gyro... Like, if you get a unit of gyrocopters, it can be a regiment renown with, with the Sky Hammer if you want to, or it can be one of these. But you do need to get the highest tier of an Age of Reckoning for that. If you're not, a bit of advice, if you don't think that you're going to complete your first Age of Reckoning properly, you can save your quest battles, and they can give you a nice boost early on in an Age of Reckoning, if you're doing that. Over here, what we want is control. Not for the control itself, I'm not concerned about that, but rather for something else.
What brings you down from your mountain halls, dwarf?
Okay, so she doesn't really have money. Is she in a bad situation? Is she in a good situation? She's in a bad one. Concerning, but she does have a full stack of troops there. And I have enough money to last me 2 turns, so I'm not too worried about that. Oh, he's at war with Mogr. Okay, so that will buy me... Like, that was kind of something I was hoping for, honestly. Because, like, even if Mogr wipes this out, he's probably going to lose some critical units in the process. As for Skarsnik, be careful. Because if he's taking Carrick 8 peaks, like, the situation is going to be very fluid here. Sometimes you might get campaigns where Fulgrim is exceptionally successful. But other times you will get campaigns where he's not exceptionally successful, and that will blow up in your face. You could just defeat Scrag. You will gain some grudges from that. But, like, this is the thing that I want to point out to people. An Age of Reckoning is not the be-all and end-all. Like, it's something nice to get, it's something you should prioritize, but it's not something you should do at any cost. That would be my perspective on it. Like, it's worth it for me to take Carrick 8 peaks, deal with Avalorn, rather than just get, oh, I got another Grudge Seller army. That would be nice, undeniably so. It does help you in other ways. It does give you good units. Like, I would say getting one is obviously important. Getting more than that, not really so. Like, the reason you want to get one is for just the gyrocopter with Trollhammer Torpedo. That's pretty damn useful.
Belegar Ironhammer.
So we're just gonna force march over here.
What brings you down from your mountain
Sell
halls, dwarf?
one of the last elements we do
If you
have.
desire it.
So Mulgar is gonna start marching on Skaven Blight.
Summon me if
We're gonna
you
take this
dare.
element and disband this army to solve our financial issues.
My axe that
Well, some of them. It won't really solve anything because we're just gonna spend all our money, but we do have options.
Anat, our king of
Not great options, I might add, but options are all the same. Oh, he's winning. So in this case, I got a bit lucky
this time.
with what ended up happening there.
Storm Dragon.
What?
Declared war on Scarbrand because why the hell not?
The right.
The Empire.
Wait, is he still alive? Bit. I
Von
mean, just a
Draken.
tiny
The
fidget.
dead are thick about you.
Be careful with declaring
Satisfaction.
war on Vlad. He might make a beeline for the Grey Mountains, though he does have to get through all of that, so maybe not. Maybe, hopefully not, right? A man can dream, right? A man can dream. Okay, I don't have enough money for that. I actually don't have enough money even
I stand
so.
apart.
So I gotta be mindful.
Great.
Yes.
Yes?
I is invincible.
Not really any choice available here. Kinda exhausted them.
Daughter.
Whole world's gonna be. It
I mean, there is one, but I'd rather not take it, because it's gonna blow up in my face, but
Let's hear what you have to say.
let's declare war on Clan Rictus. Oh, Tretch is not a problem. Oh yeah, he's not, but, you know, I got other shit to worry about right now, so would rather do that. Okay, 2 turns over there.
I up. Ready.
I can go deal with the pirates here. Again, I have the army for it, so...
I've cast the rules.
Like, I have armies for a lot of things. Just gotta survive. I mean, I can always sell this settlement, but I'd rather wait one more turn with that. But yeah, I can certainly make my way to deal with the Slayer Pirates. So that's a pretty nasty battle. Like, it might just be the genuinely hardest battle you can fight early on in a campaign. Because they've got a lot of Slayers, though. Slayers are not good against range. I wonder if they got Slayer Pirates with the patch. Though, bear in mind, I'm not using the DLC over here in this particular campaign. Still a couple hours worth of an embargo. If I was using the DLC, would I do anything different? Not really. Like, the DLC stuff, it's useful, it's nice, but it's not important in this campaign. It doesn't affect this campaign. Like, you can get Slayer Pirates at tier 2, so that's something, but
Grudge bear.
it's not really crucial.
Arcane winds under control.
Okay.
Iron
Oh
will.
my gosh.
I'll cast the runes.
That's
Get on it.
gonna be a battle.
It is time. An artillery.
Not necessarily the one I wanted right there.
Oldest of
Okay,
course.
some money.
Amethyst
From both of them.
clouds gather. Very well.
Are you losing?
I trust your material needs have been assuaged.
Okay, I suppose.
Sick aboard the tower of blessed
I
dread.
think... Okay, I still need to pay attention here to what's going on. Probably should have gotten Elf Gold structure here. That's on me. Money is starting to recuperate
serve
right
the
here.
Lady of
Trade
the
agreements and all that. So let's sell Crag Halls. I mean, I'd rather wait a bit, honestly. Especially right now. I got enough money. So Belegar is going to beeline it to Caracay Peaks. What about this battle? Would this be... Oh yeah, that's very winnable. That's very easy. I mean, I expected it would be very easy, so... Yeah. One of the things you want here is related families, because if you're going to recruit a lord, you do want that higher rank. Yeah, here I might have to make some choices.
All right.
Well, maybe not.
Will listen. Empire's blessing. Yes. Greetings.
Maybe not.
All right.
It is.
That's a nice thing about the Electricons. When you engage with diplomacy with them for the first time, they'll give you tons of money, especially if you wait a bit before you make those initial agreements. And not enough, but he's gonna attack, right? So, could I take the risk? Good question.
I am
Screw it.
Morgiana,
Let's just sell the
Enchantress
crackles.
of Bretonia.
Not the best deal I've ever made, but yep, it will work.
It is done.
Just barely. And I still can't afford everything I'd want. So, Belegar is going to beeline it for Caracate Peaks. I'm going to take iron. I'm going to take these elements. Skarsnik should be first. Or maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Yeah, it's just a wall army with a bunch of greenskins in another way. Not really a problem. Unless they flank you, but even then, not really. Just deploy, kill the army in front of you, then kill the army behind you. Easy life, easy job. You little sneaky git. Little coward. Annoying little shit. He decided not to try his luck. Okay, we're gonna have to chase him down. Well, while I was trying to chase down Skarsnik, something did happen here that I didn't certainly not intend. Elspeth didn't do so well in this campaign. Well, she's actually doing better than I expected, but all the same, this is a problem because Vlad wiped out one of her armies, so I need to stop him. I can. Like, Vlad is really powerful, but his army, the armies that he does generally recruit, are certainly not the best armies in the world.
Who calls?
So some of the things I can do, like I got a defensive alliance,
Von Draken, dark
now military
clouds
alliance
gather.
with her. So I got various agreements with
Then what?
various agreements with Kislev, declared war on Azazel, so I have some money to spend. Gonna cancel this one, and I'm just going to recruit every Grudge seller unit that I have. This is gonna cost a pretty penny, what I'm about to do, but it will work. So I am doing it. Or it doesn't work, and then I'm at ground zero. Okay, let's get Fane. Can we get the Runesmith as well? I dislike the idea of recruiting a third army heavily because... Okay, so he's got how many units? 15. We do have a garrison of 70, so 7. So we at least need to match him in numbers. Yeah, that's an expensive one. Not exactly as great as you might think, at least. So Vlad is now going to attack. I'm going to rely on the money he's going to give me from the bow.
Onward.
This is going to hurt. But he will attack. And if he doesn't, we attack him. But if he doesn't, I go bankrupt, which... Not intended.
Dowie from another hold arrive. 'Tis a great day.
Only available choice right now.
Welcome.
Also, I just realized something. I'm being stupid. I can confederate Grumbrindle. If you can confederate Grumbrindle, do so. It kind of sucks in this campaign that he got wiped out, but truth be told, he got the really worst fucking items that you can imagine here. Jeez, Grumbrindle. Jesus, man. Yeah. That's not gonna be fun. But yeah, Vlad is most likely going to attack right now. If not, I'll just take the settlement and sell it to Elspeth. I am going to take a bit of attrition damage over here. At least on that army right there. Like, that's the problem without Caracate Peaks. Your economy is so in the gutter. Like, that's kind of the problem, but it does change the dynamic. It's just really unfortunate what happened to Grombrindle, but it can happen. So be aware that Grombrindle does have a very high tendency of getting his ass whooped. What the frick? Come on, Vlad. Ah, damn it. Damn you. I'm bankrupt. Damn it. That's not what I wanted. Oh, jeez. Damn. Damn. So much for my grudges. So much for my frickin' grudges, right? Oh, wrong proof, right. Fuck. Fuck.
True king of 8 peaks.
Okay.
It shall be done. By the Dammer's crown.
Skarsnik's army escaped over there. That is a problem.
Yes.
Can I face Vlad with this?
It's done.
Oh, yeah.
Bound by runic
All your
law.
skills.
And then I can disband this army, but I do feel like that's
Vengeful rune
a
lord.
real winnable situation. I'm gonna put him in a camp stance and deal with the problem here.
I have the
I'll deal with
force
Skarsnik in a
fire
moment,
lord
but it's
bound
like,
by
yeah.
runic law.
Right now, we just gotta work with what we have. I'm tempted. Yep. That's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt.
How can I help?
It's all coming right now, huh?
The dwarf
When it
speak.
rains, it pours. But Vlad did a real stupid thing here, so you might have actually saved my skin. Or not, because we don't have enough fucking... Oh, jeez. This campaign has been going places, hasn't it?
The
Aboard the
born.
It's like, people think like, oh, dwarves are so overpowered. Have you played the dwarven campaign? Because I'm gonna tell you, overpowered is not a word I would use regarding them. Okay, so I can declare war on that for Grom. And I will.
Well, well. If it ain't the gates, come to
Yeah, we are the Gits.
Mistress.
Oh no, Biff. Dwarf, you come helmet in hand. I accept.
Yes.
Just out of movement range. But I am tempted to say that... Okay, what's going on here? Ignore that. I just need at least enough money for one turn, because I do expect him to attack Skaven Blight and get his ass whooped. It's 12 units all the same. I can even the odds a bit further.
My anger burns
It
bright.
won't help much, but it will help some. So, like, one of the things to understand about auto-resolving setless sieges like that, because it is a strategy, it is a legitimate strategy that you can use in your campaigns. But the way it works in the best way is, like, not just, like, the highest value is not strictly from the regiment's renown, the highest value is because you put a lord in the army.
By the
So it might fail in that case, but, yeah. Yeah, just don't declare war on Vlad unless you're damn near ready for it. I took a gamble, I lost, essentially. I also made some mistakes along the way. I was really hoping to catch one of Skarsnik's armies, but it just didn't happen. What will I do with Grombrindle? Once I'm done with Vlad. I mean, truth be told, I'm really lucky he took as much damage as he did there. Unlucky that he was just out of range for me to attack him there. I mean, I guess he figured out, yeah, I would smash his ass with all those regiments renowned and Grudge sellers. And I still would, despite how damaged they are. My lord. Yeah, so this is, like, it would not be easy, but all these units would absolutely. Like, I know it's saying heroic victory, I know the chances would be low, but, in, like, auto-resolve, but, like, one of the things that you gotta understand, Grombrindle is a hell of a powerful Legendary Lord in duel. Like, one-on-one, and yeah, it says heroic victory would be pretty winnable, I think. Or if worse comes to pass, you can just, one of the things you can do in this situation is just set the battle time limit to 20 minutes in the manual battle and just lead Tim all around. He's actually gonna lose a lot of units trying to scale the walls. So we got to at least 50% continue age of... My lord, what the frick? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What the hell? Quick is dead. Skarsnik is going on a crusade, people.
By my hammer it will
Well,
be
we
done.
got it. Finally. It's finally done. We can get the garrison. We can get the garrison here. Yeah, that's really gonna help, is it?
Master of
Dear Lord.
Runecraft.
If you end up in this situation, it's just like prepare for the siege of Carrickadrin, Carrickadrin. Prepare for the siege of Carrick 8
Is with
Peaks.
us. Can I help?
And you know what the real freaking tragedy of all of this is? That is,
You know who I am.
I really hate you,
Tempt me
Ben.
not, dwarf.
I really
great
hate them right now for what he just pulled off there. That bullshit. Okay, we withdraw, we get some units.
I'm ready.
Actually, I could withdraw here and put some stuff here. Even if it's just dwarf warriors, right? Freaking Vlad. Yeah, you gotta love it. Oh, you won against me. Cute. Disband that to be in positive income situation. There's so many ways this has been going wrong. By the way, many times I do see Elspeth, and I would have Gotrek and Felix at this point. As for him, oof, we're gonna have some fun, gentlemen. Only one level, are you freaking joking there? For Vlad and Isabella, well. Truth be told.
Casting the runes.
So how are you doing, Scrag?
Spear you upon my
You want an alliance?
hack
I'll give you an alliance. Seriously, I will give him an alliance if I can. Okay, right here, what you want, scrutinize guild leaders and the control benefit. Mason, rally over here. Well, we got Carrick 8 Peaks.
I stand defiant.
We're not gonna hold it, are we? Oh, jeez. I'm gonna get rid of the range of building. I don't need it. Oh man, this is something else. The Wrath of Skarsnik. Oh, you thought you were just gonna fight Queek? No, you were gonna fight freaking Skarsnik. I really feel like when you're playing as Belegar, because this is not the first time something like this happens, but I really feel when you're playing Belegar that for whatever damnable reason, Skarsnik gets buffed. Yeah, it's particularly awful. Let's get more enemies, because yeah, that's exactly what we need. Declaring war on the Castworms, because that's gonna work well for my campaign. I do need the money, because they're gonna sack the settlement or take it over. Jesus. Like, it's not even the worst Grudge situation. Hello. At least he doesn't have a Wa. By the way, after like turn 30, Was will dissipate. So, like, the point you kind of... Like, this is one of the reasons you don't want to rush for Skarsnik, is like, if you wait until like the turn 30 to 40 period or so, that's kind of the stage where you have a bit of time to be able to hit Skarsnik without having to deal with his freaking Wa armies. But now let the games begin. I'm actually gonna move him out of there because, yeah, I might get... I don't want to get besieged. I don't think he has enough movement range, but you never know the bullshit the AI can pull off. Because the AI can pull off a lot of bullshit. So I do like, by the way, the fact that I did auto-resolve my way to victory against Vlad, and it's like his entire army is just alive. But Grombrindle could win that battle. Well, or rather, the Grudge Settlers and Regiments Renown could win that battle. Not so much Grombrindle at his current level. Maybe I could have laid siege to Vlad. Make of that what you will. What a mess. What a glorious mess. One of the things I would suggest getting, if you do get the DLC with playing this campaign, though. Really, Elspeth, you're just going there. It's like, hello? Big freaking problem. What the hell is he doing here? I mean, it's just the... Vlad always thinks he's stronger than he is. And, like, I've seen this guy suicide so many times against many settlements. Because he thinks, like, oh, you know, I'm gonna win. Like, I'm not talking pure vanilla here. But his army's actually pretty crap. It's like the power of Vlad and Isabella. That's like like the problem is sweet, merciful Lord. Can I even win this? Okay, I can. I know I can, but jeez. Like, if there's ever been a heroic victory, yeah. Control large army. At least he didn't take the settlement. That would have actually been worse. But okay, let me be clear. This would certainly been winnable. He would have a lot of troops. It would be pretty bloody, but like, your heroes are extremely durable, and they actually don't get affected by nasty skulkers in the same way a lot of other things get affected by nasty skulkers. So I've never. Oh jeez, Scarsting. Freaking Scarsting, man. It's like Doom. I'm gonna go off. Actually, even though it's only 20%, I think like the construction cost benefit would be useful here. So Vlad, had enough, or do we need to go for round 3? Grudge seller is coming in. Gonna disband some regiments right now. Mogr is still alive, so that's a concern. Obviously, it was very stupid of me to declare war on Vlad for the sake of money, but kind of worked out. Though, yeah, I did cheese or cheat or whatever you want to call it with the Autoresolve mod, but still. Like, though it's not necessarily as much of that as you might think. See, there's a reason I don't really use regiments right now in a regular campaign, unless I absolutely have to. It's for these situations. Like, specifically, I saved them for these situations because I know that when something like that happens, and it will happen in your campaign. Okay, we're gonna go for Forgrim next Confederation because he's actually managed to turn it around, interestingly enough. So, but we need 47. What the fuck? You want me to get 47,000 grudges? Where the hell am I supposed to get that? Well, I think I have an idea. We're marching on Sylvania, gentlemen. It's like, you know, it's not like Elspeth doesn't have an entire damn stack. Actually, no, actually, she's got her ass whooped. But yeah, but yeah, we're gonna march on Sylvania and take it for ourselves, or rather, we're gonna liberate Zufbar. In this situation, let me just get that building because it's gonna be useful. We will obviously sell that, and what you want Grumbrindle for is just that particular skill. Like, nothing else matters on Grumbrindle. It does, not gonna lie, it obviously does matter. May I get another engineer without resorting to bullshittery? So I do get free from Tamarkun. So if I go higher than free here, like, yeah, so this is like legit, all of this. Without using Tamarkun straight, which I do still have access to. Like, you don't need to keep the lore that has it intact. You just need to, yeah, so 30%. We're going for Zufbar, gentlemen. Gonna sell him the Forest Room. I wonder who's winning that particular clash. I don't care. Let them fight each other. Well, have to deal with Scragg's lovely armies. But the thing about Belegar, once you get to this point of the campaign, it's effectively over because it's... Where is it? The bonus. So you get that 4 control, 5 recruit rank, 10 leadership against greenskins, and 100 experience per army. And your economy no longer sucks. Personally, I think I would just remove the upkeep downside in this campaign because you would still want to get Carrick Apex just for all those benefits. It just like screws you over so hard in the early game. You can make it work because your heroes are really powerful, but this is the thing I don't like about Belegar's campaign. Yes, you have an incredibly powerful one army, right? And you can get Gotrek and Felix and make maybe 2 armies that are really powerful, or split your heroes, whatever. Gotrek and Felix will help out with that. All that kind of good stuff. The thing I dislike here is like you've got a lot of enemies in this situation, and you're literally going to be dealing with 2 armies maximum, and even 2 armies is pushing it, suffice to say. Yeah, I'm not going to replenish here, but it's not a problem. So yeah, grudges will be settled. That's a lot of grudges right there. I might need to send Belegar to deal with that, though. I think Forgrim could handle it, but it's just like, yeah, I want those grudges myself. Screw off. Is that... That's an army with 2k grudges, 1k on... Oof. What have you been doing, Vlad? Oh, yeah, he wiped out Zufbar. That's why he accumulated a lot of grudges. He won't normally do that, I might add. So I think if there's any consistent theme with this particular patch is like everyone's gonna want to beat up Vlad that's in the Empire or near the Empire. Everyone. Poor Vlad. Poor Vlad. I don't have any sympathy. His AI has been terrorizing us for years. So at this point it's like, go dwarves, go Empire, beat the shit out of Vlad. That's all I'm gonna say. If only Elspeth could be better. Sometimes she is. Like, genuinely, I've seen her wipe out Vlad. You might have to help her a bit, but she can defeat Vlad on her own, so keep that in mind.
What brings you before the
What the hell do you want? If you're asking for help, you gotta get in line, my lady. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like everyone's like burning, and it's like, can I just focus on the stuff that benefits me for a bit? You know, grudges, Skarsnik. I'm just a dwarf with a simple mission. Kill Skarsnik. Okay, so get... you want to get this particular building because you want the trade resources. And we're close to being able to confederate... Well, we're not close to confederating Forgrim. That's for damn bloody certain. But we're getting closer to...
I'll cast the runes.
Okay. Yeah, pity about this brewery. Gonna get some growth here.
How can I help?
Hello, Karakern. Don't mind if I do.
I am
You know, I'm tempted to just sell all of this to Karakern, actually. The reason I would be tempted to sell it to Karakern is because I could then ally, I could then confederate them, and...
Go on, then. What?
By the cruel seas.
Okay. So Mason intercepting Frondroy. So all I... Oh my... When it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
What?
I'm gonna need to stay here. Like, I would really recommend getting a Slayer hero. But there's ways to skin the cat, so to speak. Like, another reason you want to get Grombrindle is because he's got the get up skill. So, that is going to be useful. So, what do you do at this point? You get the underway. Then what you should do, let me just show it. You've got underway points, Karakadrin. Okay, so maybe it's just better if I, wait, is that bugged for whatever reason? It's kind of... No, okay, so you got underway points. There we go. You got underway points at Karakadrin. You got an underway point at Karak Vrag. So you may want to use this one and help Malachi if need be. Or you can go to Karakadrin and go take the Silver Pinnacle and start spawning endgame armies to farm them for experience and tons of money. Though keep in mind you won't gain a lot of grudges for that. But yeah, first off, deal with this problem because it is a problem. Like, this is the issue with rushing Karakadrin and why I don't recommend doing it, because this will happen. Mind you, I declared war on him because I needed the money. But yeah, you can't play this campaign, let's just say, passively. Okay, Spirit of the Jungle is untacked, so we can get a war agreement. And get a bit of money to help me out. Yeah, Dwarven campaigns are the real thing. Brutal. No joke. Oh, you're coming back for round 2, Morger. Didn't you have enough? Yeah, just recruit a Lord. Doesn't matter who it is. Get some Grudge Settlers. Maybe get some Miners if you need it. And that will be enough. The problem is, like, you may not be able to Autoresolve his entire freaking force, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, I really need to get Grombrindle out of here. Should have probably given him control of that army. As for Averland, Yeah, it's a mess. But at this point, there's nothing more useful I can say because the situation already past turn 20 is going to be dynamic. You might show up near foreground and find out he's been wiped out by the little rodent that's called Skarsnik. You might find Queek controlling this entire area of the map, including Warzag's territory. So what happens after they deal with Lorem is just very, very dynamic. That's like you could say, oh, I cheated against Vlad. Fair enough. But you might as well just easily walk into a situation where Elspeth obliterates Vlad. Or Vlad is conquering Nuln. So after like turn 20, like you can kind of predict how things are going to go for like the first 20 turns for the most part. Variety is going to exist even then. But after that, it's like, that's when it becomes really dynamic, so you just gotta react to things. But yeah, the threats are Grom, potentially defeating the Fey Enchantress. Vlad defeating Nuln. Kemler usually won't defeat the Empire. Scrag is likely to declare war on you, so you may want to break... If you have a non-aggression, not sure if you do, then pay attention to it. But if there is any non-aggression pact with Durfu, break it. Wait first 10 turns, break it then. In the meantime, go to war with Scrag, take his territory, sell it to Arnett. Jesus, he's smashing her to pieces. Holy fuck! And I defeated 2 full damn stacks of this guy, and it's like, jeez, yeah. Usually, Scrag will obviously defeat the Border Princess and up in a war with Aranessa. Who wins that? I would say Scrag generally wins that, but this is very surprising because I did defeat 2 of his armies. So This is something else. Anyway, Costin signing out. Stay tuned for more. Belegar's campaign is still a mess. Glorious, glorious mess.